Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember.
Hello, we are in a waste recovery plant where we work several materials of industrial origin. This material is normally cardboard, paper, magazine, and others. The cardboard and the paper usually come of the shopping center like we can see on this lorry, but they also come from packaging factories and the newspaper and magazine factories. Altogether, there is a 90% of industrial materials in this plant, and other 10 or 15% are materials of domiciliary origin coming from blue beans. Here we can see the separated packaging, the newspaper, and the plastic to use it better. And like that, the transformation process will be fantastic. Now we are going to see the waste recovery machine.
It's important that the material arrives already separated from our homes, because the transformation process will be less often. If materials arrive scrambled to the waste recovery plant with other wastes, food for example, it will be less resourceful. Now we are going to see the different types of machines that make this process. This machine is responsible of classifying the material. We can classify different things right here. We are now classifying files. This machine also makes a collection of street materials, for example, from the blue container. In other words, paper and cardboard. The rubbish arrives better separated every year. Some towns like Puerto de la Cruz, where there are many people from Central and Northern Europe, we can appreciate that there is a better classification of material. It means that Spain is very backward in this aspect.
Some waste is still coming to the waste recovery plants. There is much difference in area where foreigners live, because in those places recycling is of higher quality. The machine classifies the material automatically and separates other kinds of waste, such as plastic. Finally, waste is stored for further processing. In this area, the effect is new papers is collected to sell other recycling plants for recycling paper.
The material gets into containers for transport to our customers. Here the material is already pressed. It was loose material must be pressed to more easily transport the containers to be transferred to ships. The paper is separated by categories since we recover the role that it separates and stores the material by categories. There is at least a European level classification of papers and cardboard, and we adapt to it. We say that category, for example, 1.05 is called cardboard straw and has to go in a particular way, and we have to send it in that way. When we have 1.05 bales of cardboard that we send to the client, because that is what he hopes to achieve. If we not send it not do pay as agreed. We can classify. We remove the material shouldn't go and send the material that should go. that is recovered. Transform that material recycled is to do something else, whether paper or cardboard type, but it's always different from that entered. In that case, the material decomposes and turns into another kind of paper that's recycled. We only recover and separate. That is such newspapers. Those are messy. That is white paper first, and that is white paper second. Everything is separate and tidy. It's more being a supervisor to inspect the amount of material we have. If comply with safety, because it's a high-risk business in fire, so you have to comply with security measures. This is the last step in the chain. From here, already dealing with other companies to buy the material, transform it, and recover it. Here in Spain, the law says companies have to buy 100% of the material companies. How are you insured? Because they have their production checkers.
This is the end process. Hire from mother company. Our responsibility is to transfer the material and make others think that economy. Spain legislates are required to buy the equip company like this has ensures produce price all depends on this, but the whole site that the product should be produced because recycled paper is more expensive. It should be well but need more print, and this a matter of star economy will be considered. Love meat is a field that is put between two worlds.
If I throw a bag or a carton in the container in which it goes, it's not only going to affect the environment, it also creates jobs, and is one of the few sectors of the economy that give an opportunity for development and is give opportunity for produce companies that develop an economy based on residue recovery. So, if we separate them from the beginning, we will encourage the development of an economy related with material recovery. Teacher asked, do you think that the future will be create here recycled companies? It's difficult, because if you carry carton to the peninsula, they pay you good for it, because their margin is higher. We must know the cost of insularity too, and the time that the materials take to get is also time that have a big cost impact. In short, it's an expensive industry by insularity. The problem has a recycle if you have to give an exit and have to have someone to buy your material at an appropriate price. To this is added the cost of transportation, which penalizes a lot of these activities.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song